Hey everyone, this is some nerdy guy back again with another video. Today's video is going to be my PlayStation 2 collection. I wanted to take a different approach to this and try to make it look better, more appealing to the eye, and try to do some editing, at least attempt to, whatever I could finagle on my phone, but I just have not had any time for anything. This is the first time I've been able to just sit down and do something for over a week now. Not to get into it too much, just busy work, and as soon as I get done with work I have just different stuff going on. It was every single day I had something going on, and it would take until I had to come home and shower, go to bed, and just get up and rinse and repeat that. So I haven't really had time to do much of anything. Like I said, haven't played really many games or anything, but I want to put out some sort of video because it's, like I said, been over a week, haven't put out a video or anything. So I'm just going to kind of do this in the style that I normally do my videos and just kind of sit here. I really wish that if I had more time, I would have been able to do something, which I could have just taken longer to do it and just postpone the video until I had time to do it. But I just felt, it's been over a week. I said I wanted to make at least a video once a week or more than one video a week, and I hadn't put anything out, and I wanted to do something that wasn't a pickup video, because I could do one of those, but that's not what I want to do. So I'm just going to do my PS2 collection, and who knows, maybe later down the line as my collection expands, I can do an updated collection video, and then by that time I'll be able to do something cooler with it. But anyways, without further ado, this is my PlayStation 2 collection. I looked at my little game collection app that I have, and I have 107 games. And this is not including Japanese. I'm only doing the US ones. So this is going to be split up into parts. I'm not going to make an hour-long video to make you watch. So this is just going to be part one. And there's no particular order or anything like that. I just grabbed, a stack, and I'm just going to go through them until I get to around 20-ish minutes, and then I'll cut myself off, do the next part, and, what have you. So, first game is actually disc only, and it is not the best game in the series, and I think I got this at the flea market, probably for only a couple dollars, even though it's disc only, and that is Digimon World Data Squad. So, pretty decent one to have. Not the most sought after Digimon World game, but that's okay. I'm also not going to try to go into depth with every single game talking about it, because I would be here for ages doing that. So if there's a game that it looks interesting to you and you don't really know what it is, just quick YouTube search, Google search, because I would love to talk about every single one of these, but I would be here for, like I said, for ages. That's why I wanted to kind of do certain things and explain certain games, but it's just not going to happen, unfortunately. Summoner is one there. If there's one that's unique enough, I will talk about it, but I'm not going to try to talk about each individual game. Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. It's a pretty decent one. This one's kind of weird. I thought it was going to be more fun than it actually was. Technic Beat. It's a rhythm game. Guess I should show the back of some of these. Soul Calibur 2. I don't really know why I got this one, because I have the Xbox version, which has Spawn, which is cool, and then of course the GameCube version has Link, and that is the best one in my opinion. This one has Heihachi. That's cool, I guess, but I'm not the biggest Tekken fan. This game is absolutely horrible. Shepard's Crossing. This is just abysmal. I thought the cover was so awesome though. Look, he's a little duck, and he's got a bottle of wine or whatever that is with him. He's got a little sun hat. It looks amazing, but the game is bad. It is not good. It's supposed to be like a Harvest Moon type game, and it just was not good. Crimson C2. Yeah, definitely have a lot of the RPGs. The first game though is Xbox exclusive, so at least to my knowledge, I'm pretty sure it is Xbox exclusive. I don't know why I just did that. A lot of these are just random ones that I would either got just for really cheap or for free. Like ATV2, I have really no desire to play this, but it's one of those things. I got it for free, and it's a game that you can't really sell because nobody wants it, so you can't even get rid of it. So I'm just, you know what, keep it, whatever. Maybe I'll play it someday. This game is actually super unique. The Adventures of Cookie and Cream. It is a really cool little platformer where you have, well, you could play it single player, but the concept is you're supposed to play it 2-player, and each person gets half of the screen. It's almost like that mini game in Mario Party where you have a person on each side of the screen and you're like going through the level and you have to get to the end first, kind of thing. And little cool fact for fans that know about this game, you probably already know, but that's okay because I'll show it off anyways. It is made by From Software, which is really interesting. I never knew that until I bought the game, obviously, but I had heard about the game before. Already thought it was a cool game, and then saw that it was made by From Software. I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. Got Super Dragon Ball Z, not to be confused with Dragon Ball Super. So there's that one. A couple more RPG games. These ones I've got more recently. So if people that are watching this watch my other videos, I've got both of these off of Whatnot. There's Magna Carta, Trails of Blood, right? I'm sorry, Tears of Blood is what it is. Yeah. And then Rogue Galaxy. These are 2 games that I still haven't had a chance to fully dive into yet, so I can't really give enough of an input on them. Ridge Racer 5, racing game. Can't really go wrong with most racing games. Metal Gear Solid 3, Substance. I almost said Sons of Liberty. That's the second one, right? On GameCube, I'm pretty positive. I get the subtitles mixed up sometimes. But both discs in there. Metal Gear Solid. This game was pretty cool. I didn't know about this for a long time, and in recent years saw it, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And I'm sure this concept has been done before, but it's just the first time I had seen it. But that is the Neo Geo Battle Coliseum. So it's like all the Neo Geo SNK characters, not just the King of Fighters characters either. You have the Metal Slug characters and stuff like that. Samurai Showdown characters are in there along with everybody else. There's Athena, which I know Athena's in King of Fighters, but she has her own other games too. So that's cool. RPG Maker 3. I just got this out of a dollar bin. I'll be honest, I had no intention of trying to make my own RPG with a PS2 game. I'm kind of surprised I don't have both of these together, but there's Final Fantasy X-2, but I don't have 10-1 here. I don't know how I got that mixed up, but there's that. And then Devil May Cry 2. I don't have the first game. And the third game is on PS2 as well. I never bought the trilogy. Like I said, a lot of these different PS2 games, the more common ones, I just got out of dollar bins or I got them for free. Like for Devil May Cry, I have the collection, so it's like I don't really need to get all of them, but it would still be cool for the novelty of having all the Devil May Cry games together as they originally came out. Tribes Aerial Assault. This game is pretty much a frisbee. Like, you can't really do anything unless if you have people to play with. And I think it was primarily online. I think there's a local multiplayer mode, but it's pretty much useless. Sly Cooper 3. Another one that, you know, I have the third one. I think I have the first one and not the second one, so I don't have all three. But I do have, my copy of the game has the 3D glasses, which I thought was kind of cool that these were still in there. So yeah, Sly Cooper 3. We got Dynasty Warriors 4. Dynasty Warriors, if you played one, you played them all pretty much. Not that they're bad. They are fun games. I really like them. But like I said, they're pretty repetitious. If you played one, you pretty much played all of them, gameplay-wise. Jet Li, Rise of Honor. Again, if you've watched my channel, I did a video with a friend of mine where we got the retro game treasure thing. And this was one of the games I got. And never bothered to open it because I'm, again, never going to play this. So, it's a frisbee. These, I really like to collect these, and it's just kind of a nostalgia thing to see the game before it comes out. It's one of the jump packs. just to, like, you know, get a little snippet of the game. You just, like, thinking about it, like, oh, as a kid, you would get one of these from, like, a magazine or whatever, and just to be able to see, like, what the game would have been like before it came out and stuff like that. I don't know. It's a cool little novelty thing. So, I like those. I have a handful of those. Unlimited Saga. Not much to say about this one. I know this one is not very good, as the kids like to say, not very good. So, but there's still some enjoyment to all these kind of games, in my opinion. So it's just a matter of, you know, trucking through the parts that aren't that great. I'm pretty sure this is the one where the world isn't really like a world that you travel. It's just a map, and you go from one point to the next point, and you just kind of do that. There's no like scenery or anything like that. And that's why a lot of people didn't like it. Shining Force EXA or EXA, I don't know how you would pronounce it. This game is actually really cool. I put a couple of hours into this one when I got it, and it is really cool. I enjoy this one a lot. It's you know, RPG, strategy RPG, and at least I'm pretty sure this one's just like the rest of the Shining series. I think this one's more, from what I remember playing, it's more action oriented rather than, because you're still on the grid, but it's not as like just turn-based. There's more action involved in it. Evolution Skateboarding. I got this game primarily because I watched a video, because I do enjoy these kind of games. I'm not the biggest like skating fanatic or anything like that. One of my friends, Colin, is. He likes the skateboarding scene and the games and everything, all the Tony Hawk games. I think they're okay. I think they're cool. But the main reason I got this one is I saw that there was a video, and it showed that you could play as Solid Snake in this game, and I was like, that's amazing. I definitely want to do that. Play Solid Snake riding a skateboard. We have Jak and Daxter. Unfortunately, is the greatest hits version of that. I probably want to upgrade this at some point. Also has no manual. We have Final Fantasy 12. I kind of wish I would have got the Steelbook version of this, which I could still find at some point, but still doesn't hurt to have the original. So, yeah, Final Fantasy 12. I also think it's cool that they've been re-releasing most of the Final Fantasy stuff on Switch. Like, you can get 7 and 8, you can get 9, you can get 10 and 10-2, and you can get 12. So, that's pretty cool. I think it would be pretty awesome if they did a Final Fantasy 13 trilogy, which I know that a lot of people are kind of iffy about 13. I don't mind 13. So I think it would be cool to revisit that and do like the whole trilogy in a collection together. It's just a thought. I think that'd be really cool. And I think it would breathe new life into the game and get more fans of it. Even though hardcore Final Fantasy fans didn't like it, I feel like there's still some enjoyment out of a new audience that it could have. That's just my opinion. I think it's worth it. Who knows? Maybe they'll do that someday. And then here's Final Fantasy X. Don't know why it wasn't with 10-2, but here it is. And it's also the greatest hits version. Sound like a broken record. Like I said, a lot of these different games, if I saw them for cheap, I would just grab them, regardless of the condition or if it's greatest hits or not. If you see them cheap at the flea market, you just kind of grabbed them. That's what I always did as a kid. If they were like $1 or $2, I would just buy them, just so I had them. This game was also the next game was also on the 64, and I didn't know that. I thought this was the only version of the game. This is the much cheaper version of the game, which is a-okay with me, and that is Winback. Not a terrible game, but the controls to me are a little wonky. They have kind of like the tank control, Resident Evil controls a little bit, but it's not a Capcom game, it's a Koei game. But again, not bad, just takes a little bit getting used to the controls. This one, Drag Racing 2, racing game. What more can I really say? It's made by Bethesda though, so that's kind of interesting. So, which I know Bethesda makes a lot of different games, or had even back in the day made a lot of different games, not just Elder Scrolls and what have you. This game, I remember when I got this at a retro game convention, I got it as a free throw-in for a couple of the other games that I bought. He's just like, yeah, go ahead and pick through this box and pick a free one. And there was, every single one of them was a sports game except for this. This is what I went with. And it has Big Mother Truckers. So, yeah. It's a fun, goofy little game. Yeah, can't really knock it that much. It's not that bad. Okay. And then this is probably going to be my last stack for this part of the video. We have Super Racer. You know, or Supercar. Sorry. No. Yeah, Supercar. I can't read. Yeah. Sports cars. Pretty cool. Metal Arms. This game was really neat. I originally wanted this for the GameCube, but of course, with everything else, the GameCube version of everything is more expensive. So I ended up getting this one. It's a really cool game. It's a like a arena run and gun type of game. You get like different robots and you just run around the area and try to kill each other. I'm pretty sure there's a single player mode, but there's also local multiplayer where you can play with someone else and try to kill each other as little robots. It's cool. I like it. This game I don't remember much about. Oh yeah, this one's like, it's like a beat 'em up game. I thought it was an RPG, and it kind of is, but it's more of like a 3D platformer. EOE, yeah, Eve of Extinction, yeah. I didn't really care for this one that much, from what I remember. It's like it's almost like a, how do I describe it? It's almost like a Tomb Raider game. Like, it's platforming, has some actions parts where you're just beating up guys, and then there's puzzles where you get into a different room and you got to shut this thing off to turn this thing on and go through this door and all that kind of stuff. You get a laser sword, I think. Get like some kind of beam sword, kind of like Travis Touchdown-ish, but not as good. Jack X Combat Racing. I mainly got this because I don't know, racing games are cool, but I have to be in the mood to play them, so I'm not like constantly playing racing games all the time. But there's definitely ones that I get into, or ones that I really want to get. I got a couple on PS4 not too long ago that looked cool to me. But I mainly got this because Limited Run did a version of it, and I missed out on it. And I was like, oh, that would have been really cool, because they had re-released it on the PS4. And I was like, oh, that would have been kind of neat. But I found this for like $2. So I was like, I'll just get the original version. No big deal. Gran Turismo 4. It's got a hair on it. Gran Turismo 4, and it still has the cool seal on it. Obviously, it's opened, but yeah, Gran Turismo. Not much can be said about Gran Turismo. It's racing. Cool. Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories. Just, you know, again, one for the collection, just because I like at least trying to get the original versions of the games and stuff like that. Now with Kingdom Hearts, they have like the big collection. You can just get all the games in one, which is really cool to me. Chorokyu. This is a series that's been running in Japan for a long time, and I think this is the only game we got of it in the US. It's an RPG with cars. Like, it's racing, but it's an RPG at the same time. It's really interesting. And there's a bunch of mini games, stuff like that. You can customize your vehicle, buy different vehicles, you know, like you do in an RPG. You buy new gear, upgrade your character, stuff like that, but with cars. So, and it's made by Atlas. So, and I'm kind of surprised that this isn't more expensive, but it's kind of cool that it's not, because it's pretty easy to get a hold of. So, like, I got mine for $5. I don't know if it's gone up much more since I bought it, but from what I remember, it's still pretty cheap. This game is one that when I was first starting getting into RPGs, this was one that my friend Devin always had me play with him, or at least he tried to get me into, and that is Romancing Saga. And it's kind of the same with the Unlimited Saga. Like, it's not the best one. It has definitely a learning curve to it, which I'm not great at this game at all. But there was always this one character that we would joke about, and this little guy right here, his name is Jamil. And I think I also had a pickup video where I talked about this. I'm getting like deja vu talking about this game. But he has a line that he always says where he says, "Name's Jamil, pleased to meet you." So we had like a little inside joke with him and I where we would say that. It's kind of stupid. This has seen better days, but it is a great game, and I really want to get an upgrade copy. That's Onimusha. is basically Resident Evil, but with samurai and not horror. I mean, there's monsters and stuff, but it's not really horror based. It's more action oriented. But yeah, it's got the tank controls and everything, so it's basically Resident Evil, but in feudal Japan with samurai. And it's made by Capcom, so there you go. Again, with the skateboarding games, this one just looked really unique. Just the character designs alone. It reminded me of Jet Set Radio, kind of. But it's with skateboarding instead of rollerblading. And that is Yanya Kabbalista, I think is that how you say it? City Skater. I think I said that right. Kabbalista, yeah. I nailed that. Unfortunately, this doesn't have the manual or the... it was supposed to come with a little skateboard peripheral that you put on the controller where the analog sticks were. So you would like hold the controller vertically and you would have the skateboard like you're supposed to be riding the skateboard. It was kind of a cool thing. If you have that, the game is worth a lot more if you have it. But you can play it just as easily without having one. This is kind of a hybrid video because all of these I actually just picked up this past weekend, so I thought I'd just throw them in the video. Got them for really cheap. I might throw them up again during my next pickup video, just in case people don't watch this one. I don't expect everybody to watch every single video I upload. But we have Crash of the Titans. Just trying to get all the Crash games, and this and the next one are ones I didn't have yet. So Crash of the Titans, and then Crash Twin Sanity. And I know both of these games I think have newer releases on the Xbox 360, but I thought it was more fitting to have them on PlayStation, so got them for really cheap, and they're complete. And same with these two games. I got these for extremely cheap, and that is Zatchbell Mamondo Battles. Sorry, I'm trying to read it. There's that one, and then Zatchbell Mamondo Fury. Zatchbell was one of those shows that I vaguely remember, but I don't remember a whole lot about. I just remember it being there, and everybody loved it, and then it was gone, and everybody was sad about it. It's definitely, I think it's a Shonen Jump show, I'm pretty sure. Shonen Jump anime. But yeah, Zatchbell. And both of these games are also available on GameCube, but they're so stupid expensive. So it was kind of cool to be able to get these because I wanted to try them out. Because I've heard people talk about them. My friend Colin has talked nonstop about them, and he told me he was going to come punch me in the throat to get these. So, because it was literally right after he said that he was looking for these, I went out to the flea market and found them, which I don't want to get into it. He moved away and couldn't come to the flea market with me, or else he would have these and not me, because I'm not that type of person to be like, oh no, I want them instead. I would have obviously told him to buy them, but I ended up buying them because I was by myself. So, but he's more welcome to come punch me in the throat and take them from me. So, anyways, that concludes part 1 of my PlayStation 2 collection. I have quite a few more games to go. Hopefully I can get it into 2 parts. It might have to be 3. We'll see what happens. But if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll probably do a pickups video here in a couple days because those are a lot easier for me to do, which this isn't really much different, except for the fact that some of my collection is packed away, so I had to like dig everything out and make sure everything was all together to then film this and find time to film it. So hopefully pickups video will be coming later this week. That is the plan. But yeah, until the next one, see you.